Hi guys, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Emily and it is 23rd of March, Thursday the 23rd of March. I'm here for my normal weekly thing. It's not going to get dark today, but the light is cutting in and out as the sun is coming in and out, and it's raining and it's sunny and it's what have you. So yeah, you might be able to hear from my voice. I've been poorly. I'm working on the very broad probable assumption that I have had COVID. Robin and Lizzie both tested very, very positively. I haven't tested because by the time I kind of realised it was COVID, I was kind of better, because Flora was poorly first, and then she just had a headache and felt grotty. So she was on the schools. She wasn't on strike. The schools were on strike Wednesday and Thursday. So they had 2 days off there, and she was unwell then. And then I sent her into school on Friday, which now I feel really bad about because obviously she was unwell. Just in the UK, there's no restrictions. So if you get COVID and you know it's COVID, try and stay at home and try and stay away from other people. Well, didn't really cross my mind that it was COVID until Sunday night. So it was already too late by then. I'd already been to work. I've worked right through. I just had my normal days off. So yeah, Flora was poorly first, and then I got poorly. I think I might have been a little bit poorly by the Thursday. Definitely by Friday I was getting on well. Saturday I was like a bag of old spanners, and by Sunday I can't really remember Sunday. And I did a long shift at work on Sunday. I can't really remember it at all. Monday I just sort of sponged around the house doing nothing because I was off, and on Tuesday, yeah, I had a bit of a nervous breakdown at work. I didn't really, I was fine. I'm exaggerating totally. There was an awful lot of scones that needed sorting out, and the cats are fighting. Guys, stop that! They're brother and sister. Why they're fighting, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Tuesday I needed help. I needed to enlist help. The cats are fighting. And then Wednesday I felt I was better yesterday. Today's I'm much better, and yeah, I'm right back to normal. So today I covered a few hours this morning. I've been into work. I stayed until 1 o'clock, so it's just coming up to 3 now. I stayed until 1 o'clock because I owed a few hours back in lieu of needing extra help on Tuesday. I thought it was only fair to cut a bit of slack. Anyway, so my stitching this week has been way down. I think just glancing briefly at it, I've done about 2/3 the stitches. So I've not reached the goals I wanted to reach, but I'm here to show you, and I need decision. I'm gonna throw it out to my commenters to choose which full coverage project I work on in April. In May, I'm just going to work on my treasure hunt bookshelf, but in April, I've got a choice of 3, but we'll do that after I show you my progress. First off, I put in 1,866 stitches in the Emma Congdon pattern Live Gently Upon This Earth, and it's a finish. So here's finish number 4 of the 4 finishes I was absolutely sure I was going to get done. So here it is. I finished this last night. Only finished this last night because I'd lost my little box, you know, the little DMC, not the big DMC boxes, like the little ones that you just put like a little tiny project in. I lost it. It'd fallen off my bed when I was poorly. It fell under some stuff, probably knocked by a cat, other stuff knocked on top by a cat, so I couldn't find it. So this is now completely finished. At the beginning of this month, I was about there. So I've done a whole page. It's full coverage apart from the white of the earth and 1, 2, 3 flowers and the top of that flower. Other than that, it's pretty much full coverage. Basically anything white is the sparkly white 18 count Ada, and that's the size it comes out on 18 count, and I think that's going to fit in an 8x6 frame, I think. So I'm going to aim to get some things flipping framed. I've been buying frames recently, so I just need to get some things framed. So there we go. There's Live Gently Upon This Earth finished, and it's really pretty. Emma Congdon, she's Stitch Rovia on Etsy, but this is from the Cross Stitch for the Earth book, which is it's her only book I've got. The only one of her books that I've got, and I really love it. And this is the second one I've stitched from that. So I have the 4th finish, and I'm really pleased it's done. So I've accomplished something this month, because my other plans are a little bit because of COVID. Anyway, so my full coverage project I've got to work on this week because I'm behind where I wanted to be. Now the sun's coming out again and the light's going strange. Bountiful bookshelf, I'm not even going to put up a picture of what it was like last week because I've only put in 122 stitches. I'm still only at 8.85%. I need to put in about another 4,000 stitches, but I might be able to do it this week. So this is where I am now. I was really hoping I'd get this book finished this week, but I lost 2 evenings where I would normally sit and stitch on full coverage and things, and I wasn't capable. I just full stop wasn't capable, which for me is very, very unusual. So Snow White remains not finished. I'm going to push on this week. Now this is done, I'm going to push on this week and see if I can get this done for the month, because I was really hoping to get it to 10%. But that leaves me 1.15%, which is, as I say, about 4,000 stitches. And considering that last week I only did 5,000 stitches, that's a big ask. We'll see. We'll see. So, the other thing I was hoping to get done, and by next week you'll see this all finished and me cracked on well. Well, the number 2 of my Bossy Threads Christmas, 12 Days of Christmas, is nearly finished. I just need, this is all gold. Anything white down here is gold, and this bit here is this lime green colour, all this, so I can get this filled in really quickly. And then all of these twiddly bits under the number 2, that's the bottom of the number 2, and then a twiddly bit. That's just gold, I just need to fill it in. This is number 4, this is 4 French hens, so I need to start 3 turtle doves. So hopefully I'll get a bit done on this week as well. Not too sure how the light's playing today. I look really washed out and this doesn't look so good. I'm wondering if I'm a little bit too early maybe, whether there's too much light in here. It's beautiful to stitch by. Anyway, there we go. So that's that one. Again, hopefully by next week, more progress. Now, one thing I managed to put stitches into because it was easy, and because I was poorly, and because it was easy, I put 1,000 stitches into my dodgy knockoff Chinese kit of the Merida, like the Merida silhouette. Most of it was 939 because, yeah, it's easy peasy. 939? 939, yeah. I'm colouring in all the bright yellow, navy blue. So if I've got a picture where I showed it, I'll put it up here, and now it looks like this. So I filled in a lot of, you can see I filled in a lot of the background, but I've no idea what that big loud noise was at all. I filled in quite a bit, 1,000 stitches gone in there, so I'm getting on, easy peasy. When you're poorly, 11 count, 3 strands with 11 count, it's for the win when you're feeling terrible. I'm enjoying it. It's no treasure hunt bookshelf, and that's what we'll say. Proper coffee. This house owns a bean to cup coffee machine. It's heaven. It's 90% of the professional machine we've got at work. It's lovely, and it's very nice coffee. Anyway, so the only thing I've got left to show you, this isn't maybe not going to be as long as I thought it might be today. I'm still ropey. Can you hear my voice is just not quite right? This is it good. You should have heard it 2 days ago. I was like, really bad. I'm never unwell. In the 2.5 years I've been doing Flosstubes, if I ever done one where I've gone, oh, I'm really poorly. Maybe one, I'm not ill. So I finally caught it. And it was just a cold. with a really nasty head. My headache was really bad, but paracetamol just knocked it on the head. As soon as paracetamol wore off, it was like, and then paracetamol gone. Brilliant. 4 hours later, anyway, a couple of days, 3 days of headache. Blah, didn't like it at all. Treasure hunt bookshelf. The light needs to sort itself out. Looked like this in my last video. I was really hoping to have this done for the month. Not done for the month, my 1%. It's at 10.64, so I just didn't. I did put in 1983 stitches, but I'm still about 1983 stitches short. I was about 4,000 off, so I've done about half of it. So I've just shown you a picture of what it looked like last week. This week, I have moved the Q-snap a tiny wee bit because I needed a bit of access up here. So now it looks like this. I'll be perfectly honest, I've kind of given up on the confetti here. It was doing my boxing. Every now and again I'm doing a bit of confetti, but I've mostly concentrated on filling in this book here. I was short 3363, which apparently I didn't own, and most of the gaps in this book is 3363. So when I apply this colour, which as you can see is perfect for it, the colour's not brilliant today actually. It's not as good as it usually is in here. Still looks nice and bold and bright. But yeah, I'm going to finish this month here, and then I'm going to actually, for April, I'm going to come up here, because in May I'm going to try and find this corner, which runs to here. So there's my other corner, which is that far away. So in May I'm going to truck across to the top corner. What is wrong with the light? Very frustrating. Anyway, so in April I'm going to come up here and I'm going to carry on. I'm going to fill in this star and I'm going to carry on this way, and I'm going to start heading. I'm going to start heading that way in April. But from the rest of March and the rest of this percentage point, which is 0.36 I've got left to go, so it's 36 lots of 72, and I actually keep score because 36 times 72, I've got 2,600 stitches to go this month. Yeah, I was about halfway. So I'm going to do them here, and then I'm going to go up to the top. So next week I should show you this, where I am, and then I'll move the Q-snap next week. I'll get it out and I'll show it you next week not in the Q-snap. So yeah, I've got a lot of confetti to go back and fill in another time, but I was confettied out, I truly was. So that's that. Right, so April's coming up. We are 8 days off April, so I think next week, 31 days in March, yes. So next week it's going to be the 30th of March, and I'll be able to give you a decision on what I'll be stitching on for April. I have chosen the non-full coverage. It won't be finished. I'm going to stitch on my pilgrim, which I have with me. And oh my god, this might be the best colour my pilgrim's ever going to show. I'm going to get him out. So I started this a long time ago, and I am 4 pages off a finish. This is the colour, right? All the times I've shown you my pilgrim, this is a long dog sampler. It was the first one I ever started. I'm stitching it on a piece of 32 count, I'm reasonably confident, Lugana, that I hand-dyed with Dylon Purple. And because it's only 50% cotton, it didn't take up the dye as bright. I wanted really searing purple. And I ended up with a sort of magenta, which I really like. I'm stitching it with Mrs. Sadie Starling silk, and this is honestly, truly the colour it is. And I'm going to hold him up, which now is going to get the light behind it, but oh, I can't see, it's got too much light behind it. But this is the first 4 pages, the second 4 pages, and the third. So I've got pages 10, 11 and 12, I think it's 3 pages across the top, the 3 pages across. So I've got, what have I got in here? Page 7. Page 7 is in there, 7, 8. yeah, no, there's 4 pages across. So I've done pages 1 to 8 on the Pilgrim. See, that's gone the wrong colour now. Let's have some light, please, camera. That's the colour it really is. Oh dear, it's not liking the big piece of fabric, is it? There. So I'm going to stitch on this, and I'm down to the bottom 4 pages. So I'm just going to go for it and see how I get on. I'm using a paper pattern, mark it off as I go. And that was page 7 that I lost and then found under my bed after I'd been sneakily supplied with a page 7. Thank you very much. So I'm going to be working on my Pilgrim in April. That's going to be my non-full coverage project. Now, what I need help with is which full coverage project I'm going to work on in April. I've got 3 here. Oddly, all 3 of them have got about the same number of stitches to go. And I'm not sure, but I think, look, order pads. Right. Yeah, the 3 of them have got about the same number of stitches to go on them. And I'll need to do about 900 stitches a day, every day of April, to get each one of them, one or the other of them finished, but I need to choose which one. So, the one that's nearest to finish is Mini Autumn's Promise, which is one of the very first ones I started. It is filthy. Please bear in mind that this is disgustingly dirty. This here is tomato ketchup. Like literally, it's not this colour. So this is Mini Autumn's Promise, and this is where I am. Whoa, if the colour would sort itself out. It's actually a beautiful little pattern. And you can see clearly where it's filthy is white, and where it's clear is Ada. This is on a piece of cheap nasty white Ada. It's 18 count. Now the difference in these 3 pieces is the count of fabric. So this is 18 count. This is currently sitting at 45.77%. And I'd need to do 791 stitches every day of April to get it finished, but most of it's big chunky white bits. So all of this is background. It gets steadily bluer to the bottom, and the bottom of it is just off this funny little frame. I thought I could get it in and fit it in the frame, but it didn't. It literally goes just to about there. So I need to finish this top section, move it up just a smidge, and then clip it all back on again and finish it. So we're going to do 3 code words. If you want me to stitch on this one in April, dragon. Okay, in the comments. So Mini Autumn's Promise, Kirsten Mills, It's a Haid, dragon. The second one I could finish. I'd need to do 900, I'd need to do 1,000 stitches a day on this, but this is doable because this is blocky, is Stitcherovia by Emma Congdon on Etsy, called City of Love, which is currently only at 10.16%, and it's there. And this is on a 22 count hard hanger, so smaller stitches, but I could get this done in April if I concentrated on it. So there we go. City of Love. We'll use love for this one. And I would love to have it done. And then the third one, which I've got even less done on, this is at 7.54%, and I could get this done in April. This is on a piece of 25 count, so smaller again. That's where it is at 7%. This is an ornament. This is Hubble Bubble. I want to say it's Lisa Parker. I might be wrong. I have to look it up. Hang on. Got to look it up. Where is it? It's Lisa Parker. Right. Hubble Bubble. The little ornament. If I've got pictures of these, I'll have put them up so you can see what they look like finished. And again, I would need to do 970. It's got exactly the same number of stitches left to finish this or to finish this. So we're going to use cat for this one, because there are, not yet, but there are caps on it. But one of these three, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. So this has got the least done, but it's doable. That's got a tiny bit more done, but it's doable. And this is quite a reasonably sized head to finish. So we're going to go with dragon, love, or cat. So if you leave me a comment and put one or the other of which one you'd like to see me work on in April, and see if we can get it finished. We'll see, because I'm not going to stitch on it in May. If I don't get it done, I've got to hang on it until June, because in May I am simply stitching on my treasure hunt bookshelf and the thingy for my mum, and this will be in the car. This will stay home, this will be in the car. So that's the only two things I'm going to stitch on in May. I'm going to really, really discipline myself to see how much of treasure hunt bookshelf I can get done, assuming I'm not ill. Couldn't believe I couldn't stitch. I couldn't. Brain wouldn't function to stitch. Unbelievable. The 11 count, stitching all in one colour and 11 count, to be honest, was too technical. I managed a little bit. Unbelievable. That's just not me at all. Anyway, so, and next week I'll have a decision before we go into April, so that'll be nice. And I'll be able to show you next week which one we've chosen. And I will pull a giveaway from somebody who has commented. So, dragon, love, or cat. And it won't matter which one comes out on top. Please just vote for the one you want me to do, so that I can make a good decision, and then I'll pull from the comments for a giveaway, and I'll find something. So where am I at? 22 minutes. Cool. Right. Yeah, a tiny little life update. I don't know if any of you remember, in my earlier videos I was out and about in my car a lot. My little blue Citroen C1 has sadly died. It went for its final terminal MOT. Here in the UK we have to take our cars every year for an MOT, which is basically a roadworthy examination where they check everything, and basically it keeps every excuse me, keeps every car in the UK up to a certain level of roadworthiness. Yeah, the car's no longer roadworthy. It is dead. I had to sign a disclaimer to take it home. I'll scrap it. It will get scrapped. I'm not ready to say goodbye to it yet, but it is parked, it is dead, it will not be driven again. I did have to drive it home though from the garage, because obviously they didn't want to keep it forever and they would have just scrapped it. And I'm like, but I'm not ready to let it go yet. They said, well, you've got to take it away. But if you want to take it away, you've got to sign this form to say that we've released it to you with a danger, do not drive on it. So I drove it home and said goodbye. I was apologising the whole time to it. So to that end, I'm getting a new to me Citroen C1 in a slightly different blue. Gonna go and pick it up on Saturday. So next week I'll have a little picture of a brand new car to show you. Brand new. It's not brand new by any stretch of one's imagination. It's 11 years old, but my old car was a lot older, very sadly dead. So yeah, so this car is for Lizzie, who will be 17 in June. It will be hers to learn to drive in, and then when she moves on to college, university, job, whatever it is she's going to go on to, that car will then, once she's passed her driving test, it will be signed to her. So it will be her car. So she's over the moon that she's not going to be driving the death trap, and that I'm actually buying something reasonable. So Lizzie and I need to sell a lot of things in Etsy, basically, to pay for this blooming car we've had to get, which I knew was coming. I've been ready for it. I was ready this time last year, I was ready actually, but I knew it was coming. We got one more year out of my little blue car. So yeah. So I'm avidly making things so there will be an Etsy update soon. And when I do my Etsy update, all I'm going to do, guys, I'm not going to push it at you, but you know the sort of stuff I make, you know my needle minders. I am working on a project bag that I want, which is a project bag that fits my 11x11 Q-snap with a separate pocket for all the gubbins. So I'm working on a new kind of idea for what I would like, because I have all these. I have 1, 2, 3 with me, 11-inch Q snaps, and I'd really just like to be able to stick them in a bag because my normal bags don't fit 11-inch Q snaps, and my big bag does, but you have to kind of tuck everything in and really eke the zip, so it needs to be good, but it's going to be square. So it's going to be like an on-the-go, carrying me around kind of bag, rather than they line up beautifully on the shelf behind me in my Kallax kind of project bag. So I'm working on that. So when I've sorted that out, there might be some of those. But yeah. Oh, now the sun's come out and it's gone really wrong. Okay, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Sort this video out and get it up. And hopefully my voice will be normal and I'll be feeling even better again next week. And until then, everybody else, hope you're all safe and good and well. Because I'm not. Anyway, let's vote. So give me a comment. Let me know which of the 3 you'd like to see me stitch, and basically whichever one comes out with the most numbers is the one I'll stitch on. I genuinely have no leaning. All 3 of them, I think I can finish in a month. And judging on my stitch rate, now I know roughly how many stitches I do in a month. I think I can finish any one of them. Not all 3, but one. So vote just for the one that you want me to do, and whichever one gets the most votes, that's the one I'll work on. So help me out a bit, and then I'll draw for a giveaway for next week. I'll do it next week for anyone who's bothered to leave me a comment. Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. Oh, that last week was tough. I'm never poorly. I don't like it. I'll see you soon, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for watching me and putting up with me. And last week, no light. This week, too much light. Who knows? Who knows what you'll get next week? I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.